Hi, guys. I want to say hello to those of you that are going to be tuning in. And I'm just going to, what I'm planning on doing while people are coming into the live is to offer up a quickie type of a reading on an esoteric topic, such as this one below. Will there be a mass illumination of consciousness? There's a lot of prophecies, various ones, not just the one from many of us know, which is the one from Garabandal. I don't know how I feel about that apparition, to be honest, but I try to keep an open mind no matter what. So I'm going to take a look at that very quickly, and then for about like half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. And then I'm going to shift off into the questions. So if you have a question, make sure that you write it out in all caps. And that way I can see it. And just like the instructions are pinned at the top. Hi, Dean. Nice to see you. Look, I had a bath. I got makeup on. Oh, I didn't know if I was going to make it, man. I was just like starting. I've been up since before 5:30, so I started to feel a little tired, but I'm all right. I'm good. The shower, I feel alive again. And I've got my ginger ale. So, the hard stuff. This is the best ginger ale, by the way. Cherry ginger ale. It reminds me of homemade cherry juice my grandma used to make. Thank you. Thank you, dear fine gentlemen. And please, if you haven't checked out Secrets of the Red Moon Tarot, make sure that you check him out. Dean's an old friend. And in Colorado, hello, neighbor. How are you doing? Isn't it beautiful? I have sunshine in Pacifica. You can see it. It's coming through. It's about ready to beam me right in the eyes this time of day. I might have to grab a pair of sunglasses here. I'm serious. Oh, you're fourth. Let's see. I had two and then I stopped and I realized I really need fluids. So I opted for the ginger ale instead, but I was sorely tempted. I gotta say. So one of the things that I was going to say is that I'm going to look at just kind of a little mini kind of a esoteric topic while people are coming in to write their questions. And this idea of a mass illumination of consciousness happening with bright light has always intrigued me, and I'll tell you why, whether you want to hear it or not. Of course, I remember in Colorado. So I went down by the ocean. Got it, Dean. Starring your question. Of course I remember. Anyway, I went down to the ocean here in Pacifica, not at the beach you saw me at in the preview before this, but it's another beach in town. And this is way before I met my husband. I was really young. I mean, really young. Probably like, oh my God, 18 or 19. And I was sitting, looking at the ocean. My mom was driving. And at the time I smoked cigarettes because I was such a bad girl. And we stopped and picked them up for me. And as we had pulled up, I looked out and it was really, it's kind of why I chose this background. It was really bright and clear and beautiful day. And so I was looking out at the water, and then all of a sudden everything just went white, and like a bright white light illumination. Now, the only other time I've ever kind of assessed that I was going to be going to such a place was during a spiritually transformative dream experience, which was almost like an NDE. But anyway, and that will be it for another time. But so all I know, and it was very, very quick, you guys. It was in this time, because we have time in the earth realm. I popped, I believe, into some kind of other realm. And I think it was for like a download or something, because all of a sudden I looked back at my mom and I just realized that all I remembered was this flash. And then I couldn't remember if we had gone to pick up my cigarettes or not. I was totally discombobulated time-wise. And my mom, so when I turned to her and I just said, did we go get that? And we had just done it, you guys. We had just done it. She looked at me like, are you serious? And I told her what happened. Luckily, I could tell her things like that. And we just, neither her or myself had ever really known what that was until this year. I started realizing what a lot of these little things that I'd experienced throughout my teens and my childhood, especially, meant or may be connected to. So anyway, and I have a feeling that there was some sort of an illumination of my consciousness, but that I was not given to remember. When we get into a human body, we forget. We are massive energy beings. When we squeeze into a human body, it's painful. And those of you that know, if you've ever had to try to get back in your body, oh God, it can be painful. And so this illumination, I think, is possible. But would it happen in a mass group, like kind of has been prophesied in various places? Garabandal, as I've said, that was a Marian apparition. But there's other prophecies of solar flares and things like that. So I want to look at that for right now, and then I'm going to start taking questions, okay? Just a very quick, and I'm sorry I've got this stripe of light, but, skylights and all that, so. And please forgive any wound vac or family noises. I live in a house with 3 other adults, and they have friends that come over, and it can sometimes get a little noisy in and out the door. Okay, let's see here. Hello, Green Adventure Tarot. You missed the Bay Area. Well, it is beautiful. We're going toward the latter part of the summer, as you might remember, is our best weather. And we're starting to finally get sunshine from time to time, at the end of the day, no less, at the coast. But at least we're getting it, right? All right, so will there be a event like prophesied at Garabandal and other means of a great light of illumination that illuminates the consciousness, the awareness of people, and kind of lifting us up? It's for like the elevation, not elevate, evolution is the word I was looking for, of humankind. And I think, honestly, from my experiences, and from what I pick up from here and there, on YouTube, various NDE reports and things like that people share, that a lot of people are having this activation. It sounds so corny. I am not real into the woo-woo stuff. There's a point where I'm like, I try to keep an open mind. I really do, because I think it's massively important. But you don't want to let your brains fall out, as they say. So let me see if I can reposition this any differently. All right. Well, anyway, let's just see if there will be such an event on the horizon. And by that, I mean very, very loosely the future. Okay. I'm trying to be generous here so the universe can really answer me. Doggone it. All right. And you know, before I have these lives, like I'm in my shower and stuff, I'm talking to God and I'm talking to my spiritual mentors and my people. Sorry, you know, after I have a shower, I shed like a dog as well. But I asked them to help me to make sure I read well for you guys. I'm only human, and to because it's an honor. It's an honor to read for people, and I'm grateful for that. And to do it in a smaller setting is much more manageable. The light is changing in here. Do forgive the background. Might have to just drop that. Hold on a second. Hey, Ash, how are you? I'm just going to change some settings on the virtual background because now I've got the big blue on my face. Too much, too little, too. Well, I'm not a fan of that. Part of it is the time of day. There, I think that'll work. What do you guys think? I like that. Okay. So, the light. I'm looking at like a mass event. That's what they say, that there would be a very bright flash, which reminds me, that's why I gave you the story about me being at the ocean when I was a teenager with my mom. And I know it's possible. I mean, if I hadn't experienced what I had, I might be one of those people that says, oh my God, now we're going into psychedelics again here with the background. I might be one of those people. I gotta change that, guys. Maybe I'll just drop it. I gotta be one of those people that would probably say, you know, it doesn't, I don't know about that. That sounds pretty crazy or whatever. But when you experience these things for yourself, I'm just gonna stop this one. Mom doesn't seem to realize I have a live right on right now. Okay. That it's, what was I saying? It's possible, but as a group, as a mass bunch, I want to know if that's gonna happen in the near future or whatever. Does it look like there's any truth to that? A mass illumination of consciousness. Okay. Let's see how we go. Sorry, guys. It's hard sometimes to try but I like to do my own. I like to do my own show. But that means you have to wear a lot of hats at once, and it's a little bit of a struggle. I don't have other people here to handle things for me. Here comes that weird light I'm getting. Oh, this will be a great playback. Oh well. Okay, we are getting the Knight of Swords. Anyway. Okay. It's going to be like that, is it? Let's see if we can turn this. You guys are moving around the room with me. It's just going to be there right in my face. All right, you talk about the light of illumination. We have it right now, and I just can't seem to move away out from it. So let's see what I'm getting. I'm going to have to redo these cards. I'm too distracted. Will there be a mass event like that, as prophesied at Garrett Bandel? What do we need to know? Well, I do get the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. And I do get the 3 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles, which is about helping. I do feel like there is something that is coming. I don't know if it's exactly how people have said or how people expect it to be. but this resonates. I do think there are some groups of people working together that, however, do have an agenda with this. Ugh, with the Seven of Swords sneaking away. Okay, to be honest. But I also think that here we have the mass illumination right in the face. Here we have the Three of Wands and the the Six of Pentacles. So there's going to be help given, though. And what I've always picked up about when I've looked at this with the cards is that there is some kind of spiritual help that I am being shown as being available, being given. And let's just see what else. It looks like it would still be yet on the horizon in the future with that Three of Wands. This is waiting, kind of a position of waiting. And I should put on my sunglasses. Waiting and looking to the horizon. So it's like being aware of it and doing what you need to do, but just keeping it as some kind of form of awareness. And it is really going to be a very helpful event should that occur, or whenever it does. I think the businessman and the merchant minded with the King of, you can't see it, but the King of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, which, is kind of blocking, which I'd like to block this light right about now. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can seriously grab a pair of sunglasses. I've got some on the bed. Thank God I didn't move them. All right. This is crazy. Anyway, it'll shift. This will go down and this will get better. I do see that there's, like I said, small groups of people that I do think are going to use this as a selling point. Watch out for that. That business-minded type person that's like selling spiritual wear. And we all know what I'm talking about. The people that cannot share something spiritual without having to make money off of it. That's a main complaint I have. I don't have a problem with people making money, but I have a problem with every time that I would just like once where somebody's not schlepping a book or something. But maybe I'm just a little grouchy. It's just like, that's why a lot of people do the shows and stuff like that. So I tend to think that there is something. Yeah, Ace of Swords and look, Strength. These are also cards I've gotten before with regard to this. So I do think that there is something yet on the horizon of a real shift in consciousness, and it is meant as a very helpful event. And this is so that we can learn more self moderation. We're just violent and kind of corrupt, and this is to get people to correct themselves, and become more aware. It's nothing bad, but literally the light is going to be there, just like it's right now in my face. I didn't plan this. Look, we do get the tower, so there's something sudden, and they're shutting the veil, for me. It's still veiled. There's still some things yet to play out with regard to this, but I think that a lot of this is about self-moderation, maturing the spirit, evolving the soul, and dropping our attachments to the material realm. Not saying we're going to drop our body and say the earth is bad, and but just being able to appreciate being here without being some kind of an extreme. Thank you, Scorpio Angel. Got your question. But this is not, there's not going to be, so this leads me to believe with the Tower and the High Priestess. I'll see that. I know the light right now isn't great and it's shifting, but it's kind of like probably what's going to happen. I'm sorry, guys. We have to laugh, right? Okay. The Lovers and the World. It's just a tune-up. It's a tune-up. And it's on the horizon. So yeah, I do think there's something to it. Absolutely. And there's a completion and a harmony. Isn't that wild? Okay, so now I'm going to start taking questions. And I'm going to try and shift this because I can, because it's starting to move. Okay. Let's see how I can. Even the sunglasses trick didn't work so well. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging in there. And I hope you appreciated our illumination reading. Okay. Hi. Oh, hey. I never do this right. Kensinia? Sinia? You're 28. Okay. All right. Do you have a question? Just make sure you put it in all caps, just like Scorpio Angel did. That she got that just right on, chef's kiss. That's how it should be done. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we've got a few. I've got a few to start with, so I'll go ahead and get it on out there. So the first one up we have right now is Secrets of the Red Moon Tarot. Got your question now, sweetheart. Cinia, I think. What type of man will I end up marrying? Got it. Okay. Thank you, Green Adventurine Tarot. I'm going to have to factor that in to the time, because the light at 6 is different than it was at 7 when I did this last time. I might have to adjust the time setting, because I don't think I can take this every Sunday. I'm going to be blind at the time. By the time I am done. Hey, JR. Okay, so is Jean Dean's soulmate? Okay. Let me just focus on that. Okay. Is Jean Dean's soulmate? Okay. It's kind of a yes or no pattern. Wait a minute. Let me hold the phone. And that's what we're doing. Sorry. And I'm going to go back and take Dean's question. Okay. Sorry. I for some reason thought that both would stay up. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. Well, I'm being shown that there's hard work going on. There's like learning new things, there's skills or training of some kind here. I see help in learning something new or honing skills. I don't know if that makes any sense, but these are the two cards that want to come up with regard to that. And there's some anxiety that I'm being shown, but I do get a card of something becoming clear, maybe the uncertainty is going to be a source of some nervousness or nervous concern. But the sun makes me feel like it's fine. This is a yes. There's something positive and light-filled coming that becomes more clear to you. And I get the Magician and the 9 of Cups. So I would say that, yes, this person could be one of your soulmates. I believe personally that we all probably have more than one because we're all connected. And imagine the combinations of lessons we could learn if, you know, of course, we're going to have people that we have uh, special connections to, but I don't think it's just one. I think that it's makes sense, right? At least to me, you know, maybe you disagree. I shouldn't project what I believe without saying that that's my belief. Okay. Look at that. the two the two of cups and the page of cups. Well, there's, I think, a very playful energy here too. And I think you're both very comfortable around each other. Maybe you get each other's energy. So I just really feel like, yeah, this is one of those, it feels good. It feels very comfortable. Makes sense. It's just a real comfort and a really positive sharing, very kind of a rich, that you can learn from each other. There's something along these lines, and that's really good. That's a really good connection to have with people. And you know, I see a queen of cups here being very watchful, and communicative. They might have a tendency to speak before, you know, it just like comes out. I don't know if, you know, they're so intuitive, but I think it's, they might lack a filter sometimes. I don't mean that to be mean. I mean it more that their heart is on their sleeve, more of a type of person. Okay. Let me just check here. Okay. You're both water signs, so you're the king and she's the queen, huh? Makes sense. I think so. I'm going to say yes, because you got such positive cards, and the first card was positive. So I'm going to put that as a yes. Okay. And I see your question, Corrado. All right. Let's go to Scorpio Angel's request. Let me just get a sip of Canada Dry. Thank you. Boy, do I wish they would sponsor me. Thirsty tarot reader. Needs a bit of sugar. All right. It's not happening, Maya. It's not happening. Scorpio Angel wants to know if they will be in a relationship soon. Okay, let me just dial in and relax a little bit. Scorpio Angel. Need to kind of dial into her info. Will they be in a relationship soon? What is it that they need to know about that? Because, to be truthful, sometimes it isn't always the right time. And sometimes it's better for us not to be with somebody than to be with somebody that wouldn't be a good fit. Even though both is not easy, but this world isn't easy. And for some reason, that's why we came here, because we're a bunch of masochists. Snark. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. Will Scorpio Angel be in a relationship soon? Okay, I feel confident now with that shuffle. I do see something that is yet ahead of you. Keep working on what you're doing. There's like, it's like you're, there's a decision that you're sitting on. And I'm not quite sure what that is. It could be career-wise even, and I don't know. But there's some skill that you have that you could bring to the world with that Three of Wands, but it's looking for the opportunity to do so, to share that. And maybe that is why there's holding back of it on a decision, or some holding back to some degree with this Two of Swords, because it's kind of stagnant. It's stationary. There's no movement with this card. So maybe not at the moment, but I think that there's going to be an opportunity approaching. Definitely with that 3. Yeah, there's a new relationship with the Ace of Cups with the Death card. So it's going to be around a great deal of change and a great deal of endings that are significant in your life, like changing of friendships, maybe even changing of the environment with the Death card. Yeah, change. Here we go. You get the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like there's something with work, perhaps, and even a physical environment. Maybe even if you just work in a different town. I'm not sure. But I feel that there is doors, or rather, let me speak English. I feel like there are doors that will open up once you pursue work or a job. And I think that there's change here with the Wheel of Fortune and destiny, some things that you penciled in before you incarnated here start coming up for you to handle. And it's a real new cycle in your life, for sure. That's really significant change with those major arcana. And here I get the Sun and the 8 of Wands. So then there's like an accelerating energy picking up with your life, I think, with this job or some kind of opportunity. But I think that there's going to be someone there that you're going to be exposed to or meet with the Sun. There's an illumination there. So that's interesting. And I see somebody that's being a bit shy here. A Queen of Cups is coming back in, and that would be you, Scorpio. So makes sense. This might be like you're trying to be on the down low. I feel like shh, because I know that I'm married to a Scorpio. He just snuck out the door while I was reading for you, without interrupting my live. But I believe there's a need here. So this person might want to move very quickly. Be watchful of that. I think those are people that want to know that they've got you. I don't think that that's the right kind of person for you. No, you deserve better. That's the kind of person that walks out. So I think there is working hard. That's shown here with that 8 of Pentacles. But, there's a need to feel connected. And with the 8 of Cups, that's a feeling of some people walking away or feeling possibly neglected and working your tail off. I'm getting strength, and you don't realize it. But this pause is important enough for you. It's all about making a change. There's action. But then I see something ahead that you don't, that we don't have yet enough context for. With the High Priestess, it's kind of like secrets or things that just kind of haven't formulated yet. But I have reason to believe that there will be someone. I feel like if you go this route of work, there is something that leads you around to this person. And I don't think it's going to be within the people that you would expect, but I think somehow it leads you around to the circumstances of where you're going to meet someone. And then there is great celebration. There's the 3 of Cups, and there's this really excitement. I think when we connect, especially this social energy here, exchange and friendships. I I just feel that, there could be yet another male in the picture, or where you need to resolve something with. This might have been somebody from the past. I don't know if you were married or not. Now I need to look at my live for a moment. Hi, Lynette. Got you, Barbara. And I'm just going to star your question, Dean. Okay. Trying to make sure I get everybody's questions. Thank you, Encorado, for that $10. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I think that you will get to a relationship, but there's something that needs to be released. And I feel like you just are, they're waiting for you to decide, and or to be ready to decide with that with that Two of Swords energy, and then that Four of Cups. There's a feeling of kind of meh. And until you're like fed up with meh, it's going to kind of be meh. And then I see when you start toward doing something, looking to the horizon, maybe applying for jobs that maybe are just a little different location, or something along this line. I think some work, because we have pentacles, could take you around, or money situation could take you around to where you're going to come across this person. And I do think there's male there. I do suspect that there might be some issues with another water sign, maybe of your past, that might need clearing. Let me just get clear on that for you. What about this new relationship for Scorpio Angel? And clarification. Because it gave me a lot there. The Sun, yes. No, there will be a new relationship coming with that Ace of Cups. But like I said, I feel like there's some moving around, or some things that need to be, you've got to set your mind upon really clearly. Because once you set that Scorpio mind like a steel trap, upon what it is that you're ready for, then I think the world opens up and you get the Sun, and you've been looking out to the horizon, and then you see the sign of like, okay, it's time to act. It's time for me to try this. It's, whatever it is, to open yourself up. I do see some huge changes, though. This will be like, you got death and things like that. I mean, like, this is significant changes. So please keep me in the loop and come back and let me know if you moved or got a job, or something along those lines. Okay. But I've been stuck living with his family, and she lives here too due to financial issues, no job. Oh, okay. Sorry. Here we go. Engaged for 10 years. Someone new. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That's why Mr. Cups, he felt like he was old news, and kind of like, this thing has to get out of here. So this makes sense. So I think that if you now can apply to maybe a different town or location, even other than neighborhood, just try something a little further out from where you are now, to kind of get you free and get you independent. That makes sense to me. And that makes sense to me why your energy is so like, it's going to change. That's why you got the Death card. Not because you're going to like, no, nothing at all. It's saying your life is just going to wake up. It's just going to get started. You're going to start really living. And that's really good, to get the Sun and the Ace of Cups. So that's very promising. But you have to make the choice. And you have to feel it, really feel it deeply, especially as a Scorpio. Because, you don't like to have to chop and change. You're a fixed sign in that regard. I hope that's helpful, because you will meet someone, sweetheart, and you deserve someone nice, and that person's there. Just know that. But it's just not the right time yet. But get ready, because it's coming. And get ready to take action. Okay, you're welcome. All right, next one is Hinsa. Am I pronouncing that a different way every time I read your name? I'm sorry. Okay. See, the light has shifted. Thank goodness. What type of man will I end up marrying? All right. What type of man? Well, oh my goodness, 5:30 in the morning. This morning was early. Feel it. What type of man is she gonna marry? My eyes are watering. Sorry. All right. Let's see what we get. That's a good shuffle. Ooh. You know, I am getting a guy that has been through some tough stuff and experience, but he likes his peace of mind, is a very peaceful minded individual. So I'm not getting somebody that's high strung, needy, anything like that. This feels like a very chill guy, but not a wimp, a guy that's been through some hardships, but he's very peaceful. And he values peace of mind. I see a hardworking individual with the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. They have an enthusiasm and a loyalty, a practicality in their, like a work ethic, where they're thorough and they don't like to be rushed. They're probably an earth sign of some kind. And we get that Page of Wands. This shows like there's an inspiration around them. And pardon me, I think that there's kind of an artistic component here with this individual. They might just be able, like, really appreciate music and art and be hardworking. A guy that's been through some stuff in his life, but is a peaceful individual that's very chill, that might even like meditation and things like that. And I think when you connect with this individual, your chaotic life that you've experienced will start to smooth out and become much more clear to you. A lot of confusion will clear up, and things will go more into a smoother direction and calm down. And Mr. Calm Down is the kind of person that you want. So that is good. Let's see. And what's this, couple pages? At least one kid, maybe two. So I think those are possibilities. Just keep an open mind. I definitely get a guy that's more laid back. You know me, I like to get kind of a consolidation of a few throws on them. Let me just see what else. Yeah, oh my God, we got the Four of Swords again. And this time we're getting a Queen of Swords. It could be that they had a strong feminine influence that didn't take no guff. And like they're quiet. Maybe he's going to take up after that. You know, I don't know. I get a feminine influence and liking peace. Yeah, I think he'll be done with the party scene either. I don't feel like that's going to be terribly interesting to this person. That's interesting because he's kind of got a block on the whole party scene. More of a domestic partner, you know. I really see more of a practical, really lovely person, very chill. And I think that you're gonna know it when you see them with the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. It's just a feeling. Could be one of those love at first sights. And but it's not going to be just like, oh, I like the way that he looks or whatever. You know, it's more, you know. All right. So that looks really good. Keep me in the loop. Okay. Encordado is next. Will I be able to close that on the house I made an offer today? Oh, I hope you do. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. I know what like buying around the Bay Area is like. You got to move so quick. It gets snapped up. Okay, let's see what we get. Will Enquerada be able to close on the house that she made an offer on today? Will she be able to close on that house? Will that be the one? Okay, let's see what we get. I'm feeling like a yes with this Ace of Wands. And the Star. This means, you know, there's hope and you going through a rough time, but keep your hope alive. And there's energy around this and it's movement. It's fire, energy, creative, inspiration. I really do think this is you waiting to hear. And I don't know if there's something about the house that reminded you of the past or childhood or home. But if there is a connection to, I think, waiting to hear back. There's an opportunity and a consideration, maybe of you, between you and another. I see the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles. So there is something that is yet to play out with this, where you're working with a small group of people. Maybe you will make a counter offer, a little adjustment, this sort of thing like that, through your people or whatever, to those that are selling the home. That could be a possibility. But it looks like right now this is something that isn't clear to you yet. It hasn't occurred yet. It has to manifest. But I do think that there is holding on, and we're also given a card, though, of walking away. But you don't want to walk away this way because it's typically like where it would be a negligent move, perhaps. I get clarity on that. Because I also get the 4, where it's very much, I think, holding on. There might be some issues that are not clear about offer and the money aspect, okay, with the moon. So just be prepared for that. But again, I see the Emperor and the 8 of Wands. So I see what I feel like is a husband, maybe, I don't know, or authority. Could be the person, somebody that's selling the home and handling this, getting it figured out. It feels like that's accelerated. With the 7 of Pentacles, again, I feel like there's something new that's on the horizon for you. Yes. With the Page of Cups, a new beginning, more playful. I don't know if it's further out. There's all kinds of possibilities. So even if this place, if for some reason doesn't work out, there could be that there's more or different ways to do the paperwork or something along those lines. I'm not clear on that, but it looks like there's something that might kind of come up that has to be dealt with. Yeah, the magician and the eight of swords. I do see that you will eventually choose a place that I don't know if it's going to be this one, to be fair, but I do see you ending up in a home that is harmonious, is a top choice. It's beautiful. Um, there's really, really good energy there. So it might get worked out with this place, but just know that if it doesn't, I definitely see something beautiful. And there is the kind of a message of don't keep yourself uh, limited. There's more ways to do things. There might be alternative considerations that you have to look at. Don't let someone tell you that no, you have to do it this way or else we can't do it, because that's bull crap. And I've dealt with that with housing before myself when buying. So I really think that if you don't run into a snag with this one that can get worked out, I see definitely that you will be moving. And I think finding a place that you really like and that suits you right down to the ground, if this one doesn't. If that makes any sense. Ooh, I better look at this. Oh, hi. Hi, Ron. Hey, unicorns and rainbows. Got it. Exactly the type I need. You're welcome. Okay. So I think there's going to be a little bit of some stuff with this. Let me just throw again, because I like to, let me just try with a different deck. I like to make sure. Okay. This is still a Rider-Waite deck. It's just a different style. It's the Radiant Weight. It's borderless. I really like that. Okay. Let's see. Will she close on the house that she made an offer on today? She get that home. What can you show me? What does she need to know about the house that she made an offer on today? Is that the one? Well, I do. I get that there's some things that you got to kind of tweak and manage, just like I was saying. And it's kind of like a hurry up and wait game. You got to ask, listen to what they want, provide that, put it in, wait, tweak this, tweak that. But I do get, again, I get the 10 of cups. So I think, look at the family. I think that good chance that if you don't get this, it's going to be right around the corner. I feel like there is success in finding a place, but there is the need to look over your details and make sure that all the things are lined up, all that you understand everything, and ask questions about whatever you need to ask about. But it's going to work out and you will find a place. I love that for you. And I love that family card that I really feel is popping here with that 10 of cups. And it really feels like family home. Yeah, look at that Knight of Swords. And then it's going to be like, oh, systems go. And very quickly moving. So once something gets underway, it's going to be really fast. Okay. Let me know how that goes. I'll be curious. All right. So let me see. Reading for the okay, this is the next one. Non-fiction project I am researching for. Okay, and I've got Barbara, and I've got well, I'll take your read your question that you made, Dean. Okay. Ra M. And once again, hello from Florida. Hello. If you want to ask Ron a question, you'll have to go on his live, not mine. If you want to ask me that question, you can say a BlackCat. Okay. People left on this list. Thank you. Yes, got them. And I'm unsure about Raw. If you want that question, if you want, because you're on my live, I will read for you. That's okay. If that's okay. But if you have a question, just write it in all caps. Yes, I'm BlackCat. Meow. Okay. So, reading for the nonfiction project that they are working on. Lynette. I think that Lynette? Lynette? Thanks, Ron. Okay. See what we get. The nonfiction project that Lynette's working on. How does that look? It sounds really interesting. Let's see what we get. The nonfiction project for Lynette. Okay. Also, mods, I'm going to cap the, because we're already close to an hour and I have a few more readings to do. So I'm just going to stop taking questions. So if somebody could type out, one of my mods, not taking any more questions, thanks. That'd be great. Wow, this is good. You know, I'm getting the 9 of Pentacles and this Knight of Cups. I feel like what is offered on this project, the input is real quality, real hard work, and it will show. It's good work. Oh, sorry, doing skincare. Well, it looks like it's going to be a very good project, whether it's for skincare or what, no matter what. It looks like it is, it's got skill put into it. And I see there's the making the approach or the offering of perhaps this product. I'm not sure. Thank you, Ash. Oh, but you know what? And thank you, Ron. We have you going from a pause or a delay to something happening that you're not anticipating. So there could be something that's unforeseen that will seem catastrophic, but might actually be okay. Now, I didn't mean to put like your heart in your throat or anything like that. Thanks. It's history. The Whitechapel. Oh, okay. Okay. Look at this. Whitechapel. This is a victim card too. So is this something, an insight into a victim, perhaps? Quite possibly. But if it does strike you, it's going to be like stunning. Okay. Ooh, I am warming up and I've got my heating pad turned off. How is this happening? Okay. And the 4 of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Wands. There is something that I think you'll be onto something with this. It just won't let you go. It's holding on. And I feel like it's a detail. And after you got that card of the Tower and the Hangman, something about one of the victims, especially, maybe how they were controlled or restrained in some fashion as well. Probably the info. There was a recent call on Unsolved Mysteries for further info or docs. Yep, that definitely looks like it's a keeper. And it looks intriguing. So it looks good. It looks like whatever you offer them is going to be real good quality. And that, like, I feel like, you go over it with care, especially with the Nine of Pentacles, because that's more of an advanced skill set usually. And it deals with, I think, a bit of a good reputation in that regard of your work. So that's good. And let me know about the victims thing, because there's something there, maybe with one of those victims, that is going to jump out at you. There's something that's stunning. I mean, really stunning. You don't get the Tower without like some shakeup happening. And so that is good, because it clears, the one thing that the Tower does is clear away the rubbish. So it can help you to maybe blow aside information that you feel is less, I mean, at the very least, but it's good. I do. I don't have it linked up yet, but I will do that. I could do that tonight. It's been a while since I updated it for the channel, but I do actually have one. And thank you for asking, Ra. I appreciate that very quickly. So I will put that up. You guys can hold me to that. And for those of you that are interested, I will only be asking something like to do with the tarot of the channel, and that's it. Because I don't want people to feel like they have to do that. If you want to make a donation, like Barbara and Incorado did for like $10 too, that's great, because it helps me pay for the internet to run this thing, No problem. Oh, wait a minute here. That's a super popular theory about women, right? There's a super popular theory about women right now. The women, the Whitechapel victims, that I found doesn't hold water. I think you're going to be really onto something with that. I wish I could package it for you and say exactly what, but I just sense that it's going to be very, very exciting. Wait, who are we on? Sorry, I'm still answering Lynette's, and I'm finishing up, and I'm gonna go on to the next one. All right. So after Lynette, okay, I need to see if I can find and make sure that Unicorn and Rainbows is in there, because I didn't see their question. I might have missed it. Let me just look here. Oh, JR. And JR, okay. I'm just going back and collecting these. Okay, I may not be able to do all of them, but I want to make sure I get, where's Unicorns? Question. Unicorns and Rainbows. Oh, there it is. Got it. Now I've got it. Thank you guys for being patient. I think being blinded as I was by that illumination. Good night, Lynette. It looks great. And come back and let us know. I've got it. I've got your thing. I've got your question, Unicorn. You'll be coming up. Hold on. We've got just yours is actually going to be the last one that I take. Okay. We have about 1, 2 ahead of you. Right now we have Barbara, and then we'll have Ash, and then you, and then I think JR. Okay. How's that? Okay, so let me just roll this on out. and get going on these folks that ask for these readings. Okay, don't worry. I've grabbed all the questions and I will get to your reading. So let's see. Have I been to location already? A missing person cold case I've dedicated 7 years to. Okay. And thank you, Barbara, so much for your donation and your question. So you're going to know if you will find the exact location for your cold case. I have been to location already, a missing person. All right. Will you find the exact location pinpointed of your case that you're working on? Okay. Barbara. Will Barbara find the exact location of the cold case that she's been working on? Asking the Holy Spirit to help us to see. I get the Two of Pentacles, and there might be something like an up and down or some kind of dramatic energy here. There's flux, and it could just be that it's stormy, or that there's two places between two places, if that makes sense. This deals with the past. And I think it deals with the past of your cold case. And are there two places that figure? I'm feeling like there's maybe you're going back and forth between two places. One is up, one is down. There is hope yet. So I think you still could. There is a delay with it, though. And this delay serves as a way to make you look at this from a different perspective. Look at this from a different angle than everyone else. There is something that will occur to you. And a Queen of Swords and the Magician. I do feel like you will pinpoint a location, or there's some sense of a feminine communication. I don't know if your victim was a feminine individual, but I almost feel like there's a someone guiding you. This is it, with the way the fingers are, on the Magician. So I think that we're being shown that you're having some kind of a delay, going back and forth, a flux with the area. I'll take yours as well, Ra. I'll just go over the thing. Okay. For your daughter? Didn't put your question. Okay. All right. Sorry. So I feel that, yes, I feel like there's two places, though. And there is something about, I think one of them is yes, and one of them is a no, to be honest. There's just something about this flux, this moving. Does that make any sense to you with the places that you're looking? The list or the list, Raina? I will have to post the wish list if that's what your question is for. Oh, there it is. I got it. About your daughter's new relationship. Okay. So I think, yeah, you've got the star there. You're being guided, but I think it's about being open to that guidance. And that can be hard. But I get like two places, and I feel like, again, like one of them is stronger or has more of a pull than the other. But there might be two places that figure in. And I think you'll narrow it down. I do. So good luck, and please keep me in the loop. That's I really hope so. Okay. Now, all right. Okay. We have, all right, the next person I have is actually JR. So I'm just going to go by the order that this is in. We have JR, Ash, Unicorn, and Ra. Okay. So I hope that that's helpful. And she's in high school. Okay. You got it, Barbara. I think that you've got spiritual guidance that wants to help you, and it's just a matter of being patient and looking at the case or the place with from a different flipped perspective than maybe most people would tend to go, you know? And I think you're going to know. That's great, Iva or Ivo. Thank you so much. Feel free to listen in, and maybe at some point, some Sunday, if you feel like it, you can join in and ask. It's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your being here. Okay. I'm going to shift decks because this one's a bit of a one to handle. I really like the slippery, the ease with this deck. It's so much. That's why it's one of my favorites. Okay, for the January energy 2025. Okay, forgive me my allergies, you guys. It was so foggy when I got up this morning here by the coast. I thought, oh man. And the sun came out the last minute. Okay. Let's see. Can I get a reading for energy January 2025? January 2025 for JR. What is ahead for them? We get a King of Swords, a King of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Pentacles. Well, there's two males here. I'm getting two adult male or more mature male energies, two kings, and the Hierophant, along with the Nine of Pentacles. Is this? I don't know. I'm getting a sense of maybe a very beautiful environment that's got a spiritual aspect to it potentially. I don't know if you're going to be going somewhere where there's teaching of a certain skill or tradition, but there's something beautiful about it. It could be even like Tai Chi or something like this. I don't know what I want to say about it. I just really don't. I could. And the Page of Pentacles, it is going to be really a new year of change and learning new skills with that page. Studious. So again, there's kind of a study aspect with the Hierophant. They are learning from the teacher here who is teaching them the rules of, of how you do something. So I'm feeling like you're going to be working on improving and honing skills in a very pleasant environment. There's a lot of change. There is study. Again, lots of change with the Death card and the Nine of Cups. I think out with the old, in with the new, literally, that new year. And there's a real sense of satisfaction and comfort and ease and abundance that you feel emotionally to share with other people. That looks really good. And I see you holding on, being careful with the money. And maybe because you're going to start to finally get a little bit more extra that you can put in a savings or something like that. Okay. But I do see the beginning of starting to either save some money up for something. Pardon me. I took my antihistamine, but it doesn't matter. And the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. I feel like career-wise or work-wise, the things you're doing in your life, in your home, in your body, in your environment, you're really looking for ahead and expanding and growing. And that's huge. So that's good. Oh, Ram, it's let me just type that in. Thank you all for waiting. I nearly got you guys all sorted. I appreciate your patience. There it is. Thank you. Deck is Holt. Deck is Holt? You mean hot? Or, yeah, I like this deck. Okay. Next person is Ash, and then we have Unicorn and Ra. Okay. How will I enjoy my professors this semester at college? All right, let's take a look. This is for Ash. Okay. And school. How does professors be? Let's take a look at the professors. See what we get. Okay. Wow, I think they're going to really challenge you. And I think that the classes you have are going to keep you on your toes. It might be a bit of a challenge to keep all things moving in one direction, but I see you doing it by sheer will. There might be one that reminds you of family or of something of the past, or someone in your past, quite possibly, or that seems familiar to you. Yeah, look at that. That's really nice. We are getting the Nine of Pentacles and the Three. I think you're going to enjoy working with them and the people in your class or classes. That looks really like you're going to learn a lot. You're going to have some good professors, I would say. So that's really good. Okay. So it looks really good. It looks really interesting working with other people, learning a lot. That looks fabulous for you. I like that. Okay. Now we are going to Unicorn and Rainbows. Will I have a happy outcome with or surrounding or regarding and or whatnot when it comes to the person on my mind? Okay. I understand. It's okay. So the person that Unicorn and Rainbows is thinking of, will they have a good outcome with this individual? Will there be a positive, something positive to come from this? What do we need to know about the outcome regarding the person that they have in mind? Well, I get the Lovers and the Fool. So there's a new start, but try not to be naive. I would say there's always caution with the Fool, and there's always a risk too, that you can jump in before you really might know the full picture of a story behind something. There could be something that you could be naive about, to be honest, but it could also be the new start of an adventure in a relationship. So let's just pull a few more cards and see if we get some kind of clarity. Well, I do get a sense that there's been arguing or some kind of struggle, and somebody kind of staying the course and handling challenges or competition and keeping their, not giving up, keeping getting through real challenges. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe there's similarities that you guys have in common. I see the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I think you guys will get along very well. That looks inspiring and electric. You know, it looks like good vibes. I'm not seeing anything unpleasant there. The only thing that came up, oh, so it makes some sense. Okay, good. Was like somebody's been through a bit of a, you know, situation, but you know, they're wiser for it, so to speak, and they're stronger for it. And it looks like there's some enthusiasm. I feel like interest in you or a relationship, and there's an openness at least to it. I think that's good. Yeah, and there's always going to be that risk, but love is worth the risk. It is. And you know, people, you don't settle for people that you cannot tolerate, you know? And it does look positive. I see the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords. There's clarity, you know, you're not going to wonder. I feel like there is something of a relationship developing. Just allow it to happen. It's very positive. Hard work. And I feel like a great deal of connectedness and happiness. It looks really positive. So, you know, and I feel like there's a family kind of maybe around. I feel like things go and move toward a better direction where this individual's concerned. And like this is the thing that you have to do. I didn't get anything horrible there. I only got like, okay, there might be some kind of, I don't know, people can be jealous, that kind of thing, things that you kind of work out. It looks like it gets worked out, and it turns out well, really well. Okay. It has it, you know, it's so hard when we want to push the river. And that's why we go to the tarot, because we want to push the river a little bit and go, but what can I know? Not everything needs to be earthly amnesia. You know, just allow it to have the space it needs to be the best it can be. And I think that it looks like you're going to do that. And it looks like after a little bit of some bumps there, it looks good. It looks really good and connected. So you keep me in the loop. That looked positive. And there's always a little bit in this world, you know, of some cred that we have to go through. Okay. Okay, Ra, your question. Last question of the night as I'm losing my voice. Hi, okay. This is for, you said Ron, but yeah, BlackCat. I just want to know if my daughter's new relationship, her name is, okay, Angelina, her boyfriend's name is Aiden, and if this is going to be good for them both. Yeah, nice. If, you know, this is a good thing. All right, I get you. I'm a parent. I understand these things. Oh boy, do we want our kids to have a good partner that loves them, right? And that it be a positive experience. Ugh, I feel you as a parent. I really do. Those are our babies. And Unicorn and Rainbows, you're so welcome. Okay, let's see how this relationship will go for Angelina. That's my niece's name. And Aiden. I also know an Aiden, but he does tarot here on YouTube. Okay. Angela and Aiden. A and A. How does this look? Is this going to be a meaningful, good relationship for both Angela and Aiden? Both Angela and Aiden, how will this relationship go? What do we need to know? What spirit want us to know? or want the father here to know about Angela and Aiden. Okay, let's see what we get. Well, I think this could be you, Father, King of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. This is about an achievement and recognition of achievement. So I think it's them recognizing what a catch they have, honestly, both sides. And I do get the two, okay, I get the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. I do think that this is a solid, strong relationship that would last, that can go through some tough stuff and be beautiful and meaningful. Here with that Nine of Pentacles. And I would say you're dealing with somebody also where there's an intelligence between them. We have the Ten of the families are worried. I can see that. Not sleeping, insomnia. When they go out and you're wondering when they're coming home. I know I don't sleep until really if it's my husband that's out and he's having to work, or if it's my kids, it's like I'll finally sleep when they close the door. Okay, you're a mom. Sorry. Raina, sorry. Thank you for the correction. So and I know. Well, I do get a male here. Is there a family member or a male in the family that's recognized for something? I don't know. I don't know quite who that is, but I do feel like there is a beautiful, and maybe even, I don't know if somebody has wealth. I'm not sure, but I don't think that somebody's soft. Definitely not. Because with the Nine of Wands, that's somebody that's had to go through some stuff and had to fight, had to struggle. And I see worry, and it feels like the extended family's worry. But I feel like wisdom will help. I think that if you guide them and you speak from experience, that this is going to be helpful to them both. I feel like maybe they both will seek wisdom. I hope so, from their elders, because I feel like then you can help them. You're shining the light as an older person. His dad was on America's Got Talent. Okay, all right, that makes sense. All right. Isn't that weird how that can come up? I tell you. So, it looks like they have the wisdom to look for advice. And especially where there's arguments, where maybe they can't agree or something, or come to an agreement. Asking the elders for some help. Very good choice. I went to my mother many times, and I have to call her tonight, actually. The Seven of Wands, they'll make it. And I think there's sincerity and genuine feeling there. And there is determination to try to make things work and to do and be, I think, a considerate mate. So I think it's going to be all right. And it's a growing experience. It will be one of those things that I feel will help them to evolve spiritually in life. And it is an important experience that they have. So I think this is a meaningful relationship, and that it will hold and bring meaning to both of them, and be very helpful in some ways. And I do see arguments happening. If that happens, like I said, let them know, let them feel that they can come and speak to you, and that you're there just to listen. You're not going to try and tell them what to do or to criticize them, or, just be the listener. and then offer the advice like a sage, like an old wise man or woman, because that's what is needed. And it's the insight from a living experience that is needed. So I believe that you can help them navigate when they come up with problems. And high school not allowed to go out anymore. Yeah, and that kind of makes sense. I see the kind of some bickering going on there, and I thought that kind of seems like high school. Younger people, the kids. It kind of felt like that. So they could have some moments and just help them to calm down and to breathe. I'm sure it'll be intense, but I think that this is going to be a relationship that is one of those things in life that we look back on and go, that was, a meaningful experience when I dated that person, or I got to know that person. That was the first person my, parents allowed me to uh, begin to correspond with, or whatever, or allowed me to date. Okay. Very much. Okay. Final destination. Oh, you were very naughty. Thank you. All right. This is the last reading because I am losing my voice. You got away with that. All right. James. What does James want with me? And let's just see. And thank you for the donation, but readings are closed. Okay. This one real quick. James, what do you want with them? What do you want with the fashion designer destination? Let us know. James, what does James want with fashion destination? Thank you for letting me know that you're not in contact. Okay. What does he want with them? But maybe you're feeling like that they're still kind of holding on to you psychically or kind of energetically in some way. Again, these attachments that we have in relationships can be hard to let go of, especially if we had a close relationship or an intense experience. So let's just see. What does James want with fashion destination? I see a very no nonsense here for you to be that way. They have hope. I think they're going through a hard time. Maybe they need your truth. Maybe they trust your ability to be no nonsense with them, that you're not going to lie to them. And that is what they want from you, is that somebody that they can go to and know that they have the truth, that you will, despite whatever difficulty might be going on, you can still give them the truth, like that Queen of Swords. Yeah, I see that he doesn't want confrontation, and feeling kind of numb and disconnected. As you said, not in contact, doesn't want to fight though. But I think there is a sense that he knows that you don't mess about. You don't have time for fools, and you don't suffer them gladly. But you do have a heart, and you will tell the truth. I hope that makes sense. My name is Mel. Okay, that's helpful, Mel. Well, that's what I think he wants from you. What else do I get? Bit of a fantasy. I see him kind of not wanting to be connected to reality, kind of wanting to escape reality. Reality is too confrontational or messy. I don't know. I think that he trusts you as a feminine person, and he knows that you have a big heart. Again, I just feel like he trusts you. There is some element that even if he doesn't always get along with you, etc., it's like he knows where he stands, and he's just not ready to let that go. Hi, Aiden. Aiden reads tarot. So I just feel like there is decision making. There could be something even legally that could come up with a woman. I don't know, as mother or a wife figure. I don't know if they've been married or a legal matter. There's just been like a lot of up and down with this guy. So much drama. I can see why he's wanting to hide away. But you've got to sort, he's got to sort out the devil. Yeah. And it's limiting belief systems as well here that are not, and it's like making excuses for bad behavior is what I get. He needs to clean up his act, and you can lay down the law. Does that make sense? Fashion destination? No. Because I get that this is supposed to be like no nonsense. Here's the truth. And I feel like you feel like home. You feel like something that's trustworthy. I don't know, but I think he can be a real pain in the butt. Does that make any sense to you? Yeah, he's still feeling stuck. Like he just doesn't. Mm, yeah, that's actually 8 of Swords. Does that mean he wants to reconcile with me? I don't know about that. I think this guy's got some issues going on. Let me just see here. Does he want to reconcile with Mel? Does James want to reconcile with Mel? Yes or no? I think yes, with the King of Swords at some point, but he's going to have to get very honest and clear with himself. We keep getting the Swords, which is clarity and not making excuses. The Fool. That would be a new start potentially, but I kind of think that there's also a bit of a childishness with this person that needs to grow up a bit. There's maybe not sure about their role as a husband type material, father type material. There's some darkness there that they need to explore, some lack of clarity. Isn't it just, I just keep getting clarity. They need clarity. I don't think that they trust their own perspective entirely. The Knight of Wands, they're going to take their time. So if you need to like move on, definitely do what you need to do for you. I think boundaries are important, especially if you tend to be very empathetic. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Raina. I really appreciate that. That would really help. And that means more than any gift certificate or donation or anything, too. That's all of these are helpful. And I appreciate all of you tonight helping with that. And I hope that this has been helpful to you. With James, Mel, I believe that he's got a lot of stuff he's working through. There's some deep stuff that I think that's intense, and he's not keen to kind of sort it out, if that makes any sense. And so I think being patient, but getting on and doing what you need to do with your life is important. He needs to get it together, and only he can do that. So I'm going to just end with that and, send him Reiki or some universal energy to heal, to boost, to get him clear, because there's clarity here that's needed, and probably not just for him, maybe for you too, because he's not, I think he's kind of keeping you hanging there a little bit. Just very quickly again with James. I just can't let it alone. Yeah, I see someone that's very slow moving with that knight. And yet he wants to act, but he's just not ready to. So that will be up to the two of you. But I think he's going to take his time. And I think he does want to maintain some kind of connection, but he doesn't want to argue. So, all right, you guys. Thank you so much for all my friends that popped up from their own channels here to help with the live. Thank you. Thank you so much, Aiden. Thank you so much, Dean. Thank you so much, everyone. Ron. Yes, he is slow, hun. Okay, that makes sense. It's like he likes to make sure he's thorough. And boy, you might like, I don't know. That may not be the best thing for you. So do what's right for you. He looks like I have to say it like, come on, dude, make a decision, All right. If you appreciate lives like this, make sure you join me next time. And that'd be great. Or you can just lurk. You can listen. Please just give me a thumbs up if you would. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next Sunday at 6. Bye. Thanks, everyone.